Hello everyone, ex-Walk Hill Bethelite here. And I don't know about you, but I got bills. I don't know about you, but if Watchtower is going to be out here making money off people, they might as well go ahead and give us some. Lawsuits. One issue that Watchtower has, if we all decided to talk to a lawyer, get a free consultation. Have you ever heard of that? Free consultation. One of these days, if I end up finding a good lawyer on this, I'll be advertising for them. Free consultation for such and such, you know what I mean? Free consultation means you talk to the lawyer, let them know what your case is. You don't pay a dime. The lawyer tells you what he most likely can do for you. I think Watchtower has two big problems if we all decided to sue. Hey, we've suffered losses. We've lost relatives. We lost time. We lost money. We didn't pursue certain jobs. We didn't pursue certain education. The problem Watchtower has is, one, they can't say they didn't say the things that caused us these losses, because virtually everything they state, they put in a magazine, print it, and distribute it everywhere. A lot of what they say is online, and Watchtower's trying to get people to take some of that stuff down from what I've heard. If Watchtower can try to sue people to take some of that stuff down, let's see how Watchtower likes a nice lawsuit from people that don't have anything to lose. Oh, you got my relative and I can't talk to him. I can't talk to my own brother or sister or mother or kids sometimes. Can't talk to my grandkids. Can't talk to my own family. I could have pursued this course of education and this and the third, and I didn't. Oh yeah. Why not lawsuit? This is the United States of America. Somebody had a lawsuit because McDonald's coffee was too hot. We all heard about that. These lawsuits sometimes shock you. Oh, I didn't know that you could sue somebody for that. There's lawsuits out there that you wouldn't even believe. And we're talking about people who have suffered less damages than ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. We're talking about people who suffered less damages from people who weren't even baptized, but were associated. We're talking about people who have suffered less damages getting big money from lawsuits. So, Watchtower can't say they didn't say the things that they've said because they put it all in writing. It's all been in print. Watchtower written right on the front of the magazine. We can find a lot of that stuff, even the stuff they try to hide. Watchtower also can't say, oh, it was just up to them. They didn't have to listen to us. There was the threat of death. There was the threat of, oh, if you don't listen to us, God, who is just as real to people as a gun, a knife, anything else, is going to cause your death. Do this or die, and you will die soon, because there are doomsday cults saying that God is going to cause the end of the world and kill everybody that's not A, a Jehovah's Witness, B, doing everything Watchtower says. That's the primary defense a religion has, is you didn't make them do anything that they did. They did it because they chose to do it. Watchtower is probably one of the very few religions that can't use that legal defense. No, they didn't have a choice. You threatened them. You said they were going to die in Armageddon if they didn't do this. That is a physical threat. And you're telling them this isn't going to happen after they die. It's not going to be a heaven or hell thing like most religions have. You're telling them this could happen tomorrow. You tell me what Watchtower's legal defense is if we go to a lawyer and say we suffered losses because of Watchtower. There's people in their 50s and their 60s that are still working because of Watchtower. There's people that never had kids and now they physically are unable to have kids because of Watchtower. Yes, Watchtower did say people shouldn't have kids. There's a certain time Watchtower did say people shouldn't have kids because God was about to cause destruction and ruin, and people should be in fear of their families, and you don't want to have a kid because everything's going to be so bad and there's going to be so much death. And that's a threat. Watchtower saying it's about to get so bad with all the killing and death that you could be a part of. You could be one of the people on the list to be dead. That stuff is going to be so bad that you shouldn't even have kids. And people did that. It's the truth. You mean to tell me you can sue McDonald's because coffee is hot, but you can't sue Watchtower for death threats and threatening people if you have kids, horrible things are going to happen? You mean to tell me that makes no sense? That makes no sense at all. And calling a lawyer oftentimes doesn't even cost anything. The big thing is we have to, as soon as we say the word religion, the lawyer's going to think, oh, just a bunch of stuff people did out of their own free will. No, to make sure they're aware, Watchtower is a printing company for one. Yeah, it's legalized in America, but it's not legal in other countries for good reason. Watchtower is a printing company, and no, these are not things people have a choice in doing. They are doing it at the threat of death and at the threat of, if you don't do this, we'll make sure your own family doesn't talk to you. That's bad. That's bad. If you, in my opinion, if you went through that treatment from Watchtower, the physical death threats, the threats of removing your family out of your life, your friends out of your life, and doing that at the threat of death for them, if you went through that, you're entitled to compensation, financial compensation. You're entitled to money. You're entitled to money. We want to know how much money we are entitled to. You can't get on here and debate with me and say we're not entitled to money. We suffered all these losses, all this psychological hardship. I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me. I went out and for field service, and this is at the threat of the end. End is right around the corner. I don't even think we're going to see another year, is what I was being told by an elder. And we were in the car group. We're talking about the death totals. We're talking about dead bodies piled up on dead bodies. We're talking about how we're going to deal with the stench, the odor. We're talking about how we're going to actually be cleaning up and picking up dead corpses. We're talking about how animals will probably eat most of the dead bodies. You mean to tell me this isn't an extremist group talking about global death and destruction as a real thing, and animals are eating dead bodies and talking horrible things like that. You mean to tell me I grew up listening to this stuff and I had a choice? I had a choice not to be out there knocking on doors? They're telling me in a year or sooner, the world is going to be littered with dead bodies from God killing everybody. That we don't get this message to. We don't get these people to be Jehovah's Witnesses. They're dead. So I'm out knocking on doors. I'm telling you a real life experience. Pioneering and working. I went out and I'm like, I'm going to try to get as many people as I can. I didn't sleep well the next night. I did not sleep well because I'm thinking about all this. It could happen that night. People running and dying everywhere. I got up the next morning and I said, I'm going to spend every minute I can preaching. So I went from door to door. And then after I went from door to door, normally I would get some rest before going into working third shift. I didn't even get any rest. I said, that might be somebody's life. If I take a nap, my nap could mean somebody's life if I don't get to somebody. I didn't even take a nap. I went and preached all day up until the time that it was time for me to go to work. That type of rigor, that type of lifestyle. There was a night where I got up, get ready to, I got dressed and everything to get ready for work. Went into the bathroom to get ready to shower up and everything, and I fainted. I must have just fainted from just pure stress of thinking about death all the time. I kid you not, I went in the bathroom, getting ready to get ready for work, and I just woke up, and I must have fell back into the bathtub and hit the back of my head. Like, this caused real life stress and trauma for a long period of time. Not just for me, for other people as well. We deserve compensation, money. Watchtower's got money. Watchtower's got what, $1 billion more? Yeah, give some of that to us. That's the right thing. That's what should happen. I would love a Watchtower apologist to try to get on here and tell me what I'm saying is not completely 100% the truth. All of us are sitting on a fortune, in my opinion. All of us need to just talk to the right lawyer. Let me tell you something else. When you talk about lawsuits that happen that no one ever thought would, there's these places that people with mental handicaps go to, like a day work shop type place. If you have anybody in your family that has a mental health situation where they need to have a place to go during the daytime, I can't remember what it's called. Comment down below, let me know what it's called. But those are places that are needed. We didn't think anything would ever happen in places like that. Well, come to find out, this is, fact check me on this. I want you to fact check me so I can go back and look it up myself again also. The places where people that have the mental handicaps go for rehabilitation and go for, workplace things to make money, somebody sued them. From my understanding, the way it was told to me, one of the people that had the mental handicap sued them. The reason why is because the day work areas would say, we're trying to get you ready for work outside of the actual day shop care place. I don't know what they're called. But what the people were told was, hey, we're trying to get you ready so that you can work outside of it. And that person didn't feel like that was true. They didn't feel like the places they were being taken to during the day was getting them ready for the real world. lawyers started hitting these daycare areas left and right. Lawyers started hitting these daycare areas left and right all over the country. And it got so bad that these places changed their policy. They started changing policy. A lot of them started closing down. From my understanding, the government stopped giving a lot of them money. Hey, if you're not getting these people ready for the real world, you're just keeping them there, having them do menial jobs. What's the point in us giving you money? The government, it happened. Somebody complaining about a workshop for people with mental handicap ends up being a lawsuit that sweeps the country. And from my understanding, there's less of those places all over the country now because of that. It's a real thing. People sue for things we never thought could be sued for. The legal system in America, you can sue for anything just about. And you mean to tell me you have a group of people that have suffered at the hands of an organization, a lot of times more so than any other places, we can think of? Weren't they having people work on Warwick for free and it was a health hazard over there because of nickel being in the ground and all kinds of stuff like that? Watchtower does so many things that they should be sued for. You can't tell me that people are suing for everything under the sun and Watchtower can't be sued when everything that they tell us to do, all this stuff is going on, is in print. We can find it, we can show it to the judge. They can't even say they didn't say it. The judge can't say, oh, it was your choice, it's a religion. No, here's in print where they were saying we're all going to die, including you, if you don't become one of them and do all this stuff. I mean, stop me when we don't have a legal case here. Not just the people who have been hurt sexually, but people who have been hurt financially. People have been committing suicide over this cult. People have been hurt psychologically. You can't tell me that once you leave that cult, it doesn't take sometimes years for you to get your thinking right. Those are years you could have been more productive. Those are years you could have been making big money, a lot of us, because of the talents and the skills a lot of us have. You can't tell me. I lost a job after Bethel. I was working at an airport. This airport, I think DHL was there, Wilmington, Ohio. I was part of that. I was driving all the way to Wilmington, Ohio, working at an airport. I was so stressed after Bethel, so physically beat down because of the stress and all this happened. Watchtower just laid off all these people from Bethel. What does this mean? This wasn't supposed to be impossible. Nothing like this should have ever been able to happen. I started to find out the religion is false. And because of their teaching that God very soon is about to kill everybody that doesn't find the right religion, I was so stressed that I got physically ill trying to figure all this stuff out that had happened to me. I called off from work so many times. I lost so much money because even while I was at work, all I could think about was if we don't find the right, what Watchtowers told me is I'm gonna die if I don't. This is real. If you think that I'm not about to call some lawyers, it ain't nothing but a phone call. When I'm off work, it's nothing but a phone call. If you think I'm not about to call some lawyers, you out your mind. if you think that there's something wrong with trying to get your just money compensation for what happened, you're out your mind. There's nothing wrong with it. This is how the legal system has worked for as long as any of us can remember. If someone does something and a lawsuit can be formed around it, it will, and there will be financial compensation. Can you imagine it? If even just 70% of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and people who were never baptized but were associated have reason for lawsuit, Watchtower gonna sell off half the Kingdom Hall trying to pay us off. Don't think I'm joking. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna start calling, and let me get the free consultation. Hear me out. If I have a case, I have a case. If I don't have a case, tell me exactly why I don't have a case. And if I don't have a case, well, how do all these other people have cases then? Explain that to me. It's just a matter of getting to the right lawyer. You could tell it to the lawyer could tell you how to word it better in a legal terms, in a legal sense. Let the lawyer tell you. One thing you don't want to do when you go and talk to a lawyer is tell the lawyer what to do. That's their job. They go in front of judges all the time. If the lawyer says, hey, word it like this, word it like that, listen to the lawyer. Lawyer says you have a case, let them work it. That's how they get paid too. Listen to the lawyer. If you wanna go in, don't go into the courtroom and just start rambling about Watchtower. If the lawyer says, hey, say it like this, do it like this, so that we can win in court. Do that. Listen to your lawyer. So comment down below, let me know what you think. I think we have a case. I just think we need to explain the fact that no, we didn't have a choice. Yes, we were operating under threat and fear of death. And once we've explained that, there's no way they can say we didn't have a case. And there's no way that they can say, well, you can't prove it, when all this stuff is in writing. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.